Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Halidu and I'm going to be giving you a basic tutorial on After Effects. After Effects is an amazing software for making video effects, for making motion graphics and a lot of things. So this will be a beginning tutorial of how to get really into After Effects and just how to understand how all the little bits of it work. When you open up the interface, you see this fallout menu. It shows you new projects, new this and open project. So you can do it in two ways. You can either close it from the red button up top here, or you can come and click new composition. So let's do it. So this is the user interface of After Effects. Now on this side we have our bins. That's where you put all your music, your videos, your text, your graphics, anything you want to put in After Effects. This is where you're going to put it. Now in the middle, now this is where you see what you're working on, the video you're working on at that moment. Now we'll move up to this other side, and now there you have your effects, you have your presets, you have the effects in After Effects. I don't know. Weird joke aside, now down there, this is your timeline. If you are used to any Creative Cloud software or you have worked on any video editing software, you know what a timeline is. That's where you put all your videos that you are currently working on so that you can edit them. Now up top, this title bar area, now that is where you find your move tool, your layer maxing tool, your text tool, a lot of things. You can find it there. So let's get into a simple video. Let's drag in a video. Let's go. To drag a video into After Effects is very easy. Just locate where the video is in your file explorer, then you drag it and drop it in the bin. To start a new composition is really easy. From your imported video, you just drag it and drop it in the timeline. So it makes a new composition based on the settings of the video you just put in. So if the video you put in is in 4K, it makes a new composition in 4K. If your video is in 1080p, it makes a new composition in 1080p. You are going to have to reduce the resolution that you are viewing in, especially if you are working in a system that is not too fast. So I recommend that maybe use a third of the actual resolution. So you just come down here, you click on that drop down, it opens up a menu and you click on third. Now you have a video playing back in the third of the original resolution. Now let's just zoom out a bit. To zoom something out a bit, you can either use your ruler in the middle of your mouse to roll in and roll out, or you come beside the resolution selector and you will see some numbers there. So if you reduce the number, you're zooming out. If you increase the number, you're zooming in. Now let's get on that video. After Effects as an application works based on layers. So whatever is on the top layer is seen before what is on the second layer is seen. So when we are dragging our video and dropping it, we have to be mindful of what is on the top and what is on the bottom. I'm going to increase the size of the video. So you can see there are 6 boxes at the edges and at the middle of all sides of the video. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the middle one and I'm going to increase it. Note, if I increase it without holding down shift, if I increase it holding down shift, it increases uniformly. But if I increase it without holding down shift, it doesn't increase uniform. So anytime you are increasing something and you want it to increase both horizontally and vertically, increase it holding down shift. Okay, so to merge a background in After Effects, so I have 2 videos playing, but I want to merge the 2 of them together. But as I told you before, After Effects works on layers. So one is up, one is down. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go to my rectangle tool. Now, the rectangle tool, you can use to draw a shape, or you can also use to draw a layer mask. A layer mask now is like a boundary that is used to separate what you want people to see in a video and what you don't want people to see in a video. So if I create a layer mask on the top layer, I can limit what people are going to see on that layer, while people can see what is under. Now the next thing I want to do now is I want to say, okay, the video cut, but it's too sharp. It's not as if it's flowing into each other. So what I need to do now, I need to reduce the feather. Feather technically means you will make the edge a little bit blurry so that it will look like the videos are flowing into each other. So it gives it a nice merged look. So how am I going to do that? I open up the max part, enter inside. In After Effects, each element you add has its own properties. So to open up the properties, you look beside the video, your timeline, you click that small arrow going down, and it opens up the properties. Now, as you can see inside, you are seeing a place they wrote mask. Now, the mask of the video has its own property too. So I open up the properties of the max. I can see max path, max feather, max opacity, max expansion. Now, each of them have separate uses, but for this video, what we are going to look at now is the max feather. I told you before, the feather is blurring out the straight edge so that it can look more merged. So I am going to increase the feather to something like this. And now if I play the video, you can see that the two videos are welded into one. If I might say, it's welded into one. So this is nice and I'm liking this. So I want to use only the first 5 seconds of this video. So what I'm going to do is I move to the end of my timeline. You see a little blue bar there that shows you the timeline beginning and the timeline end, when the timeline starts from my time, when the timeline ends. So I'm going to click that and drag it until where I say I want to end. Let's say 5 seconds. Stop at 5 seconds. Now I've trimmed the time I want back to 5 seconds, but I have a lot of free space empty there. I'm not using those space again. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to reduce my work area so that I can focus on the 1 to 5 seconds. So I go to composition, I click composition, I click on trim to work area. And once I do it, After Effects will automatically shorten my timeline for me so I can focus on exactly what's in my front, exactly what I'm going to work on the first 5 seconds of this video. So now I select me another video, maybe a video of the earth rotating. Now I download the video online. It's a stock footage of the earth rotating in a green screen. So what I want to do now, I want to remove the green screen and play the video without the green background. So let's see. I carry the video, I place it on top. Now we can see the video on top, but the video has intro. So I want to remove the intro so I can just get the part of the video that I want. So I fast forward some time, I see that it's not still there. So how do you cut part of the video that I don't need? Now, at the beginning of every video, when you move your cursor towards it, the cursor changes into something that looks like a two-way arrow. Now that two-way arrow, you click the beginning of the video with the two-way arrow, then you drag it backwards, meaning you're cutting the first part, the part you don't need, you're removing it by dragging it backward. Now I drag it backward to this point. This thing is still there, the intro is still there. Let's move forward again, drag it backward. Let's see if the intro is still there again. Look, the intro has finished. So I remove the excesses just to be sure. Now then I drag the entire composition forward so that it starts with the two videos. So I bring it to the beginning of the timeline and set it down. Now, next thing I want to do, I want to remove the green. I told you it's a green screen video. So I want to remove the green around. So I go to the Effects and Presets tab and I type in key. Now I search for key light 1.2. I drag it, I drop it on top of the video I want to key. Then I select the eyedropper tool, then select the color I want to remove. So it's green. So I come down here and select green. As you can see, the green background has been removed, leaving me with only the earth rotating. And this video is kind of coming together. So the next thing is that the video doesn't look like it matches with the background. So I want to make the colors look a little bit more merged, like everything was short, and so that it can blend together properly. So I go, I type in curves in effect and presets. I click, I drop it on my folder. Now, as you can see, the video is a little bit blue. So the blue on the earth, there's supposed to be a little more blue on the earth. So I have to bring out the blue a little bit more. So what I do is I go to the channel, the red, I change it to blue. Now I increase the amount of blue on the earth so that it looks a little bit more blended with the other videos in the background. So I want to add a text. Let's just add a simple text. So I come to the tool menu up there, I click T for text. Now when I click T for text, I can just come click anywhere on the video and start typing. So let's just look for something to type. The world as we know it is changing. So the world as we know it is changing. Now I like that, so but I don't like the font. So to change the font, I move toward the character menu on my effects side. Now I see this drop down menu showing Brittany signature. So when I click it, it will show all the fonts that I have on my system right now. So I will just select big font. So let's just go with Myriad Pro. Now I want to increase the size. I go to that drop down menu, I click it, let's say 72. So the VA means the spacing, the amount of spacing between each characters. We increase that. Now let's turn everything, make everything capital letter by clicking that. As you can see, the world as we know it is changing. But I want to add an animation to this particular text. So I want it to fly in from under the video and stay there. So I open the transform tool for the text. I told you every file you put into After Effects has it. Now what I want to do is called keyframing. Keyframing is changing the values of things over time, or changing the placement of things in After Effects over time. So what I do, I come down to position here because I want to change the position. So I want it to be down, then move upward. So I go to the position. Now I want it to start on that. So I go to the place I want it to be. I click on the text and I drag it downward. Now what I'm going to do there is I'm going to now make a keyframe for it. So I come beside the position, there's something that looks like a stopwatch. So I click the stopwatch. That gives it a point in time that is starting from. Now I move 1 second in the future. I move 1 second forward in the timeline. Now what I'm going to do is the first place here is showing the vertical axis, the other place is showing the horizontal axis. But I want to move it only on the horizontal axis so that it moves from down to up. I don't want to move it right to left. So I come to this place. So as I click and drag, it's going to be showing me where the text is going. This has made a very basic animation for you. So if you play it, the video comes from down and moves up. Now you select the two of them and press F9. F9 means easy ease. It makes your animation smoother. So anytime you want to make your animation look smoother, you use F9 for easy ease. Now this is looking awesome already. So let's just add one more text. Now I said, okay, let me add a text. I want to add a subscribe. So let me add the text subscribe. So I come here, I want the text to be here. I click it, I type subscribe. Now I don't like the font color, so let's change the font color from yellow to, let's say, black, and increase the size a little bit. So to change the color, you just go click on that place you're seeing, that yellow box, click it to bring out a fallout menu, and now you just find the color you want to change it to and change it to it. It's not hard. Now let's add an animation from it. Now go to effect and presets, go to animation presets, go to text animation, go to animate in. Now you can pick from different animations here and use it on any of your words. I will advise you to go through all of them to see what it is. So let's just pick one. Let's do fade up by characters. Now let's see what it gives us. Now each character comes up one after the other. Now I feel like the video is ending too soon, so I want to increase the duration that we set. At this 5 seconds is not working for me anymore, so I go to the bin, but as you can see there, you don't see anything in the bin right now. That means that because it has moved to the effects controller. Anytime you add a new effect, it opens a new subfolder at the bin side, so you can fine-tune your effects. Now all you just need to do is just go back, you see project, you click project, and you're back in your bin. So to change the duration, now you go to the composition. Now we open the new composition, you can see there are 3 showing VLC files, but there's one particular that looks like a square. Now that one, now you go there, you left click on it, you enter composition settings. Now you change the time, the duration from 5, let's say 8 seconds, and click OK. Now your work area is still showing you 5 seconds because you told the After Effects to only trim it down to 5 seconds. So all you just need to do is go up there, you see under that blue heading. Now you click that heading and drag it back. Now that one now opens up your composition back to the full one, or you can go back and do that from composition setting, go to that trim to work area, but this one seems faster for now, so let's just do this one. So what we're going to do now is come to the end of it. It shows you that double-headed arrow again. You click and you drag, click and you drag, click and you drag. Now clicking and dragging like that increases the duration of which your videos are going to be on the screen. So let's play through it one more time, and then our subscribe comes up and we are golden. So to get out of After Effects, you go to File, I go to Export, go to Add to Render Queue. It opens up the render queue of After Effects. Now you check the setting showing best settings, then check the output too, so you can change the name if you want. Let's change this name to render, so render 1. So let's save, then click on render. So you wait for it to finish and you're done. So that's everything you need to know about it, guys. It's very easy. All you need to do is practice and more practice. So I'll be dropping another tutorial on Saturday. I'm dropping tutorials every Wednesday and every Saturday. So like, share, subscribe, click the bell notifications, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.